Hey guys, my name is Maddie and I am a first year elementary resource room teacher in Michigan. I have been watching teacher YouTubers for years as I was going through my own teacher prep program and just getting ideas from them and getting encouragement from them. And I've always wanted to join this exciting community of educators. So I am going to give it a shot. I spent all of last week in my room putting it together, getting a lot of the environmental things figured out so that way in August I can focus more on curriculum and what specific reading and math and writing interventions I'm going to be doing with my kiddos on my caseload, and just kind of managing all of that. So I wanted to bring you guys along with me last week, but I was feeling a little nervous about it, kind of unsure of how to do it. I don't have a good camera, so I'm filming on my phone, so I'm just kind of winging it and seeing how this is gonna go. So I thought I would start out today by taking you through what I have already set up in my room and then kind of run you through what is still to come. So come along. So right as you walk in, there is this little area which is going to be just a little reading nook for kiddos if they want to complete independent work here. This will display some more classroom expectations as well as just different information that the kiddos need to know. For those of you wondering, this is the Simply Stylish, I believe it's called, collection by Schoolgirl Style, and you can get it at Carson DeLosa. This is one of my favorite parts of the room. I found that heart-shaped, succulent heart at the dollar store, and I just thought it was so cute. This is what I really want my kiddos to feel, is that they are loved every time they walk into this room. So all of these bins are going to be going on a bookshelf that I have ordered from my dad. A welcome sign. Here's small group table number 2. It was important to me that I had different workstations available for my students. I will mostly be doing a lot of my instruction from this kidney table right here, but if support staff comes in and they're working with kids, or if students need to work on independent work, they can be doing that. So as I mentioned, this kidney table is where I'll be doing most of my instruction. It was really important to me to have lots of flexible seating, so I purchased those yoga balls. I definitely recommend getting the ones with the feet, because if they don't have the feet, they just like zoom all around. Whiteboard area. Those file folders will hold all of the materials that I will need for my instruction each day, and then the space below is going to hold all of my data binders. This just holds a bunch of math manipulatives. They were all in the closet, and I wanted to make them really accessible to kids as they need them. So this bulletin board is kind of cool. Let me explain it a little bit more. So each kiddo is going to have one of these pockets, and their name is going to be on it, obviously. And then inside will be a data collection sheet measuring their progress toward meeting their IEP goals. I want students to take ownership over their learning, especially because I'm going to be working with probably kids grades 3 through 5th. I have a team teacher that's right next door, and she's going to probably be taking the younger kiddos. So I really want them to take ownership over their goals, and they can track their progress that way. But it's still private, so it's not a public, like, these are the people that have met their goals, these are the people that haven't, but it's still holding them accountable. And then these are just a bunch of growth mindset quotes too, to help students feel inspired. Here's another just student work spot. There's another one over here too. Just lots of options for kids. This area is my teacher desk and also our happy birthday bulletin board. I don't have a ton of bulletin boards, as you can tell. It's a pretty small room, so I have to make use of all the space, which is why I've also utilized this cabinet for a bulletin board. which I will go in more depth of what that is all for, probably in another video, because it has to do with the school system my district uses called PYP, Primary Years Program. So some of you might be familiar with that, but it's just some of the language that we try to instill and use every day. This is the last little area I will show you guys. Here's another student work spot. Again, it's nice if parapros are coming in with kids or if kids just need to do independent work. I also want to strive to build independence in my students this year, which is why they will each have a book box, which will have just right text for them to read and activities that they can be practicing with those just right texts. So as far as things still left to do with the physical space, I really need to go through all of my library books and stamp them, and I've already leveled all of the ones that I have, which is really important, especially for me. It won't be as important for the kids because they're going to be really choosing based on subject and genre that they like, but for me to recommend a book or series to a student, it really helps to know what reading level that they are, just so I don't suggest something that is too difficult or way too easy for a kiddo. But I was going to actually organize them on level, but I found that it would be hard for kids to actually find books that they enjoy reading and about topics they enjoy. So as of right now, I kind of have them separated into different categories, and I will be labeling all of those bins and then also putting a corresponding sticker to match, just so kids know where to put the books back after they have checked them out. So yeah, that's going to be a really big project. I still need to organize all of the supplies inside of my teacher desk. I just kind of was shoving them all over there and like, I'm just gonna deal with that later. And then the cabinet that's over on the wall by my teacher desk has a bunch of curriculum and other things that I need to sort through and figure out. I was actually able to get into my classroom and kind of feel it out in May because I took a long-term sub position. They were over their limit on the caseloads for the special education teachers. So I split my time between two buildings, and I was actually able to teach alongside the teacher that was in this room for, I think it was about 5 weeks at the end of the school year, which was really awesome because I got to start going through all of the materials, and she was really kind and kind of showing me what everything was and where everything came from. So that put me ahead of the game for sure. I already organized all of the materials, which here I'll show you. So I already had time to go through these materials and put them into bins. The bottom though still needs work, but I did this all on the last day of school, so not bad for a day's work, and I'm really thanking myself now. So that's it for this first video. It's a little rough. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I just hope to connect with other educators and share what I am learning and growing with this first year and hopefully beyond. I'm really excited. I'm obviously nervous and anxious, but now that this space is really coming together and it's everything and more that I could have wanted for my students, I just hope it's a place where we all grow this year. I know I will grow, and I hope that my instruction allows them to grow as well. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to hear more about my teaching journey. If you have any tips about like cameras to use or how to film, I just feel really awkward, so that would be really helpful. But thanks for tuning in, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss what I do next. Thanks, guys.